I don't agree with what you just said. I think if they change their scheme, I think they have the personnel to win the Super Bowl. I think the scheme on offense is all wrong.
Oh, God, no, you don't believe that.
I do believe that.
Oh, so their offensive line is good enough to win a Super Bowl?
I believe it can be.
Based on
They're
what?
going to come out of the bye, and they're going to be totally healthy.
Okay,
they're going to have a lot of choices
so
at left and right tackle
a rookie
now.
left tackle, you think he's a quality?
No, I think they should play Ryan Harris at left tackle.
Paradis is a quality center?
I think as Mathis and Vasquez get better, that'll take away some of the inefficiencies and inadequacies of the center.
Well, Vasquez is not getting much better. He just hasn't been. Mathis is. Do you really think Harris is that good? Do you think Columbus, as much as I like him, is that good?
I think if they put Peyton in the shotgun and play veterans on that offensive line, they will be in a position to be better on offense.
So who do you want on the offensive line?
I want Harris at left tackle, and I want Columbus on right tackle.
Okay. So then you want...
So the only youngster still in the lineup is Paradis at center, and he's surrounded by two pretty darn good guards in Vasquez and Mathis, who I assume, I think it's fair to assume this, will get healthier over the 2-week bye.
Do you remember who was the center really starting training camp for the Broncos? Came from Baltimore.
Yeah, Gradkowski.
Do you know where he's playing now?
He's not. I don't think. Where is he?
He is the starting center for the Atlanta Falcons.
Is he really? I didn't realize that. Wow.
So, I mean, don't you think that maybe if what you're talking about, that he should have been kept around as a backup center?
Well, maybe.
I
don't know how well he's playing.
Then you could have your way where you'd have all five. Okay, so do you believe the tight ends are good enough to be Super Bowl tight ends?
I think when Peyton is back in the shotgun.
No.
Well, I think that's part of it. It's all tied together.
No. Oh, so you think you put him in the shotgun that Owen Daniels is now
a better tight end, yes.
Pro Bowl tight end?
Yes, because I think Peyton sees more of the field and he'll see Owen Daniels open.
You think Peyton Manning's gone downhill? Owen Daniels dropped off the ledge. You think
Owen Daniels is making plays for them periodically?
You think the running backs are
pedestrian?
Super Bowl?
You remember how we talked earlier with Andrew Mason about making a trade? If I'm John Elway, I'm picking up the phone and I'm offering Chicago a fourth-round draft pick for Matt Forte.
Do you think the slot receiver is a Super Bowl quality slot receiver?
I think they need, like what Andrew said, I think they need to put Benny Fowler or Andre Caldwell in there and start throwing the ball a little bit more.
Benny Fowler. He thinks Benny Fowler doesn't have the skill set for slot receiver.
Okay.
So I was wanting to put Fowler.
I don't know why they haven't been throwing the ball to Benny Fowler. When they do, he makes things happen.
Okay, a brilliant man once told me, personnel guy, that you must have Pro Bowl type quality guys at about 19 positions.
19 out of 22?
They have that on defense. When you say that 8 or 9 guys are Pro Bowl kind of guys.
Yes.
Maybe even more than that.
Yes.
That they're, for instance, Malik Jackson playing Pro Bowl quality. Sylvester Williams, you liked his game. He's playing Pro Bowl kind of quality.
He is.
Derek Wolfe, we don't know. He's okay.
Looked really good last game.
But that's why I didn't say 11 guys. Yeah. But Trevathan had a good game. Brandon Marshall's playing Pro Bowl.
Yeah.
The 2 outside linebackers. Shaquille Barrett's playing Pro Bowl. All 4 secondary guys. Okay, offense. Tell me.
That's a great question.
Tell me who's a Pro Bowl guy on offense.
2 guys are Pro Bowl caliber on offense, and and one of them is not playing Pro Bowl caliber ball right now. Evan Mathis and Luis Vasquez, the 2 guards, are capable of playing Pro Bowl.
Emmanuel Sanders,
yeah.
But
other than that,
you can't say the 2 guards would be in the Pro Bowl this year.
No, although Mathis is grading out very well week after week.
They have 1 Pro Bowl quality player on offense this year.
You're right. You're right. So far.
So what do you expect? You expect them to change techniques and schemes and turn chicken extract into chicken salad?
I do. I think there's talent on the offensive side of the ball, and they're not making the best use out of it. I think Peyton's better in the shotgun. The tight ends will be better in the shotgun.
Can't be any worse in the
shotgun. Offensive linemen will be better in the shotgun. The running backs, I'm not wild about. I'm just not wild about.
So, and what I brought up earlier for the people who might have missed it, and I'm a raising I'm an issue-raising person. I'm a solutions-oriented person. So why not go back and put Peyton Manning under center and have him hand off the ball? And then punt it. And maybe throw on third down.
And then you'd have a quarterback going into John Elway's office and saying, if you're going to do this, why don't you just trade me right now?
Oh,
come on, Woody. Nobody'd be happy with that.
Who could you trade him?
I know you're trying to stir the pot here by proposing this, but what team, come on, what team runs the ball, puts Peyton Manning under center, number one, is a mistake. Run the ball twice and then punt. That's crazy. That's crazy talk. That's crazy talk. Come on.
Well,
come on.
Guess what?
Come on.
Oh, well,
everybody'd be screaming for Kubiak's head.
You're sitting here.
Peyton would want out of town.
You agree with me that they have basically one Pro Bowl player out of 11, out of 22 on offense.
If the Pro Bowl were voted on today, only Emmanuel Sanders on offense would get votes.
Yeah.
Maybe Mathis would get a few.
No.
He's grading out pretty well, and he's playing with a bad hamstring.
He wouldn't be in the Pro Bowl.
Probably
no,
not.
Not today, no. And you want to be, you think I'm crazy? And you think they're going to the Super Bowl with 10 guys that couldn't buy a ticket to the Pro Bowl?
Only if they radically change what they're doing on offense.
But if you radically change me, you can't change me into something I'm not.
No, Woody, all of those plays are still in the playbook. They're all still there. And a lot of the guys who are on offense ran those plays the last 1, 2, and 3 years.
Is the bubble screen somewhere in the playbook? Have you seen that?
Not in the last couple of weeks, but it's there. They ran it, and in my opinion, they ran it way too much earlier in the season.
Have you seen one slot receiver play?
They have not thrown to the slot receiver. But the point is, they practice those plays, and they're still in the playbook.
Have you seen Emmanuel Sanders line up on the left side and catch the ball on the right side? That was a great play last year. Remember that play?
Yes.
He'd line up, and Peyton would be in the shotgun, and he'd come out open on the other side of the field.
Yep.
They would pick in the middle. He'd use the umpire. There'd be a pick play, and he'd be wide open on the other side. He'd catch the ball, and after the catch, he'd go 15 yards. Where's that in the playbook?
It's there. They know how to run that play. They're just not doing it.
How do you know they know how to run that play? I haven't seen it. Maybe that's no longer in the playbook. Gary Kubiak's playbook is not the same as Adam Gase's playbook.
How difficult is it next Tuesday to put it in the playbook and to practice it?
Well,
and they've got the personnel that knows how to run it.
Except that, you say that, these guys have to have reps over and over and over again because they're slow studies.
They've got 2 weeks here.
They're slow studies. Okay, so you got Tuesday.
Today's
practice
Tuesday.
On Monday? No, I'm talking about next week because they're not going to practice the rest of the week. Right?
I think they're going to come back on Monday.
Okay, so Monday, they put all these plays in, they make all these changes you want to happen, and they get to practice 2 days offense because one day is defense day, and then one day is walkthrough day, one day is smile for the cameras day.
They've run these plays before. It doesn't take that much to reteach them how to run the play.
Well, Owen Daniels didn't run any of these plays.
No, Owen, all right, you're cherry picking now. The vast majority of the
Mathis
guys
didn't win these plays. Paradis didn't run these plays.
Yes, he did. He was
Columbus
here last year.
Didn't run
Paradis
these
was
plays.
here last year.
Oh, he was on the scout team. He couldn't find his butt with both hands last year. Ronnie
Hillman, C.J. Anderson, Jawan Thompson, Demarius Thomas, Emmanuel Sanders.
Okay, you're right about everything. What's happened to C.J. Anderson? Okay,
you're right about everything.
Well, okay, I will admit defeat. Tell me what's wrong with C.J. Anderson.
I don't know. That's a great question. I was thinking about that this morning. I don't know.
Do you think he could be hurt?
He looks like a different runner to me.
Could he be hurt? Could he just
maybe he's always hurt. So yeah, there's a distinct possibility.
Maybe he hasn't gotten well all this year. Maybe he's got an ankle problem or something. He is not the guy that was hit the other last year. So is that the offensive line?
Well,
There's occasionally a hole opening, and Ronnie Hillman's occasionally getting through them.
Well, I wonder how much of it has to do with the zone blocking scheme and the fact that both C.J. Anderson and Ronnie Hillman don't look comfortable cutting back.
Well, Ronnie Hillman never looked comfortable.
No, he still wants to turn it. Ronnie Hillman still wants to turn outside. Yeah. And even though he ran for 111 yards last week and he looked pretty good doing it, He missed a lot of yards last week. He left a lot of yards on the field. He's still, every time, trying to do what he did in college, turn it outside, and it's so hard in the pros. He doesn't cut back.
I come back. I ask you about all these guys. You go, I'm really being respectful. You go, well, I don't know. Well, so all of them, so all of them suddenly have to get better. That C.J. Anderson's got to be like he was last year. Based on what?
No, I don't know that he can be as good or better than
Owen
last year.
Daniels hadn't shown me a lick this year. Demaryius Thomas decided to have a couple of career years, and he did, and now he's going to live off that.
I still disagree with you on Owen Daniels.
You know, I am kind of like Demaryius Thomas. If I win Powerball, don't throw me a pass after I win Powerball. Don't even ask me to show up on this program.